What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It's, well, I guess no one here. Um, I just wanted to hop on here and do a movie review. I haven't done one in a while, and honestly, this is the first time I've done a movie or seen a movie in theaters since. Let's see, what was the last movie I saw? It was either between Top Gun Maverick. I know the last movie review I did was Doctor Strange. Yeah, I don't think I did one for Thor: Love and Thunder, but that's a little too late right now. I'll probably give my thoughts of that movie just like in a quick, like 5 minute video, maybe. Even though it's late and maybe I already done it, I don't know. But today I'm doing Amsterdam. It's a movie that I knew a little about, but I knew it was coming out. My friend Israel, he's been on, a couple of videos now. He's been on here for a while. And he was really excited about this movie. One, because it's a period piece, and the stacked cast, and most importantly, it's Margot Robbie. So that's that's the main reason. But when I saw it, I was a little skeptical about it. I saw that it was a drama comedy, which is sort of, and it's also a mystery, and it's set in the 1930s. So I guess I'm going to do a brief overview of this movie if you haven't heard of it or seen the trailers. So it's a David O. Russell film. I believe he's made Silver Linings Playbook and American Hustle. If you haven't seen those, go watch them. But it stars Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David Washington, and it has like supporting cast with Chris Rock, Anya Taylor-Joy, Zoe Saldana, Mike Myers, Michael Shannon, Timothy Olyphant, which you really can't recognize him in this movie at all. And it has Rami Malek, Robert De Niro, and for some odd reason it has Taylor Swift in it, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah. So the movie is loosely based on real events. The stuff actually happened, but it didn't happen in the way that it tells it. So let me get into my review of this movie without spoiling it or anything like that. So first of all, the dynamic between I guess I probably should say the plot of the movie first. So the movie centers around Margot Robbie, Christian Bale, and John David Washington. They're all friends. At the start of the movie, you don't see Margot Robbie. You don't see how she's in the story yet. It's just between Christian Bale and John David Washington. Both of them are World War I veterans. And this is I guess 12 years after the end of the war. Both of them have been injured in the war. Christian Bale lost his eye and has back problems now. John David Washington had a little bit of has a gunshot wounds. Both of them do, but John David Washington really is just, he's got a wound in his cheek. And you later find out Margot Robbie was one of the nurses in World War One, and nursed them both back to health, and that's where they become friends. The pact between Christian Bale and John David Washington expands once they get to know Margot Robbie, and John David Washington and Margot Robbie have like a love relationship, and it's kind of just like the Three Amigos, essentially. The heart of this film, honestly, is the chemistry between all three of them. I've heard reports saying that they don't really get that chemistry with them, and they think it's a little off. But honestly, the best parts of this film is when they're all together. And I'm just going to say this right now: Christian Bale acts his hind end off. He is so likable in this film. Me and Israel talked about it, and discussed that Christian Bale really isn't that likable in his movies. Even in Batman, I don't find his Bruce Wayne really likable. Yeah, you root for him, but he's not like Keaton's Batman. And he just seems like a guy you couldn't walk up to the street to. Honestly, And Israel brings up that pretty much when you see Christian Bale, you're just reminded of Patrick Bateman, and you don't want to walk up to him. And I feel like, he just has like a smug aura to him. But Christian Bale's character in this movie, you would 100% walk up to him. You'd have a conversation. You'd have a good laugh from him. Honestly, he's just a really good character in this. You want to root for him the whole time. And so yeah, I mean, he plays that character really well. John David Washington is kind of rigid in his acting. Honestly, the only parts that are really good with him is with the three. Margot Robbie really saved the film in my eyes, because the first 20 minutes of this movie is just bland. And Christian Bale, literally, I'm not kidding, for the first 20 minutes of the movie, he is just carrying everything on his back. I guess that I could explain the back problems, but yeah, this movie would not be. I could picture many people walking out if Christian Bale isn't in this movie. But anyways, I should probably get back to the plot here. So basically, John David Washington, he's a lawyer. I believe maybe a PI, but I'm pretty sure he's a lawyer. I don't know. And Christian Bale is a doctor, quote unquote. He operates on the World War I veterans that need help. And he is addicted to painkillers, and he's really quirky. Anyways, he's sent by John David Washington to do a autopsy on Taylor Swift's father in this movie, who they served with. And they think that there was a plot to murder him. And I won't get into the details, but anyways, you find out in the trailer Taylor Swift is killed. She's pushed into a car that's moving, and honest to God, that is like the funniest moment in this movie for me. It's weird the way they animated the body like moving, and to be honest with you, I was kind of rooting for it, because Taylor Swift's character in this movie is so annoying. I hate to tell people, what to do, or, to stay in their lane here, but Taylor Swift is just a bad actor, or an actress, either. She is not good. She's horrible in Cats, and that everyone's horrible in Cats, but, she's just bad in that. And then also in this movie, it feels like she doesn't know her lines. She doesn't give the best line delivery, and she's very annoying. She repeats the same line over and over again to Christian Bale and John David Washington over and over again, and it's so annoying. And luckily, you only have to deal with her for the first 20 minutes of the movie, and honestly, she has 5 minutes of screen time, if that. And thank God for it, because she is just terrible in this movie. I swear, if she was in the whole movie, I would probably have walked out. And that's just a saying, I'll give her a third chance to act in a movie, but I'm telling you what, if you can't nail it the third time, Taylor, just stop acting. You have some incredible music. Just please. I can't stand to watch it anymore. But anyways, moving forward, there is problems with this movie. Like I said, it is a comedy drama, drama comedy, either one. And Israel didn't get that vibe from the trailer. I did. Now, is it as jokey as they wanted to make it? Absolutely not. Some of the jokes just do not land in this movie at all. I say some. Quite a lot of them. Honestly, Christian Bale is the only one that I feel like is trying to give a good comedic performance. And I did, laugh in my head a couple times, chuckled, just the way he said stuff. There's a scene with Mike Myers. It's just funny with him because his comedic past and everything, and all the movies he's done, and the scene's kind of awkward in the first place. So you laugh at that, but pretty much the movie fails on the comedic aspect of it because you could definitely tell that David O. Russell wanted this movie to be way more funny than it is, and it's not. Um, that being said, the other problems I have with this movie is just weird, like, because a lot of people pan this movie for its editing. I wouldn't say it's bad editing, but there's a few scenes where it just cuts off in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's a scene where I believe it's actually the scene that I have on the screen right now. Um, they're going to see someone, and Margot Robbie in this movie, I won't get into it, but she has a health affliction, and they help her up, and she starts walking down the hallway by herself, and you think, oh, she's gonna go look at something. She sees something because there's like a glass panes to the right of her with art in it, and you think, well, she's just going to look at it or go into a room or something and uncover something, and she doesn't. It just goes like it follows her like from her back for like 4 or 5 seconds after she's left the view of Christian Bale and John David Washington, and it just cuts to another scene, like a completely different scene. Um, and it's so weird. It is so weird. I don't know why they did that. There's a few dubbing scenes where it's weird, like where the characters definitely said something else, but they've dubbed over it with something else. And there's a major problem at the end of this movie where Robert De Niro is giving a speech, and there is a group of people in the room that wasn't there before. Like, there is a shot of the room that like they're telling the speech in, like it shows the whole entire floor, and the characters that are there are just not there. Like at the beginning of the establishing shot of the room, there's no indication that they're there at all. Then he starts the speech. It then like zooms in like a medium shot to all of the group of people that's there, and you think like the way I thought it was like an imagination of that group of people being there. Uh, and then like it cuts from that shot to the shot of the people that are in the room that we know, and they're like fighting now. So it's clearly not like an imagination thing. Like they're literally in the room with them, and somehow they just transport it in there. That is just weird. I don't know why they. I mean, I see why they did it because near the end of the film, there's this like big realization. I say realization, um, and I shouldn't say that like uh, I shouldn't emphasize that because you get what the movie is going to by that point. And I'll touch on that here in a second. But I guess they wanted a big like shocking ending, I guess, but they just poorly executed the way they revealed that. Uh, but moving to that, you find out the main villain of this movie in the scene that they're in. Like you 100% like. I was so invested to see who it was, and seeing these people try to realize who is behind this scheme, and then when it gets to the scene that they're in, you completely know who it is. It's completely given away, and honestly, that just took me out of it a little bit, like more than I was with Taylor Swift there, and this before Margot is introduced. But I just I don't know why they did it. I don't know, like I'm not going to give you pointers on how to do it, but the way that they've done the dialogue and the shoot, like the shots and everything, it just completely gives away the surprise. And then moving on from that, the biggest problem I have with the movie is at the end of the movie, they when the mystery is solved and everything like that, they completely recap the movie in the last 20 minutes of the movie. Like, Margot, recites everything that happens and like basically like telling the audience, hey, this happened because this happened. You remember that? You remember this? You remember that? So you did this because of that. And it's all the stuff you've already watched in this long movie. And this movie feels long. It's like 2.5 hours, and it feels like it's 5. And I don't mind watching a long movie. I don't. I love the Batman. I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I love Blade Runner. I think that's a long movie. But the point is, I like long movies. If you can captivate me, I will watch a movie for a long time. Oh, shoot, The Irishman. The Irishman is a long movie, and I will watch it all the time. And it captivates me every single time. This completely loses me. Well, I wouldn't say completely. It loses me because they gave away everything. And not only that, they insult me basically at the end of the movie because they think I haven't been paying attention. Now, maybe I didn't because I was zoned out because some parts of this movie just drag. But it's completely insulting that they would do that at the end. I don't know why they did it. You definitely could have done the ending like differently, and it would have been a better ending. But yeah, I guess I'll say that for my, well, honestly, I don't think I need to do a spoiler review. I honestly think I may have gave away a little bit too much at the start of this movie. But the one thing I can say is the supporting cast and the cast of this movie, the talent feels a little wasted. Because you can definitely tell that every one of the cast members are giving it their all, especially Christian Bale. Christian Bale is giving everything into this role. His mannerisms, the way he moves, the way he looks, his it's totally, he's all in for it. But the rest of the cast is, putting in their effort. But the script they were given, the direction they were given, is just it's not meeting up to par. And if it was any higher, this movie would be a lot better in my eyes. For that being said, when I got out of the movie, I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. Now looking back at it, I'd either give it a 5.5 and a 6. It's not a bad movie in my eyes. Would I go back and watch it? Probably. I'd probably give it another watch, but I wouldn't be eager to watch it. This is not a movie that I'm eager to buy on 4K Blu-ray. Will I do it one day? Maybe. This will be a movie that I'd probably see on sale and buy. But with that being said, I don't think the movie's trash that everyone makes it out to be. Now, you can give that opinion if you want, but I just think people are over-exaggerating. So, but yeah, that's my review of Amsterdam. Go ahead and watch it. I watched it on opening night last night, and it should be in theaters for a while, I guess. I don't know, but let's see. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try to do more reviews as movies come out. I'm definitely looking forward to Babylon, so watch out for that when that comes out. And yeah, again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.